Okay, am I audible?
No, yeah.
Okay. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Good morning, everyone. It's my pride and privilege to welcome you all to the annual general body meeting of IEDC GCBH. It's finally the time to acknowledge the works done by IEDC for the past year, as well as to pass the legacy to a new group of officials. Upon and Reggie, the junior COO, to officially welcome the gathering.
The advancement of technology and innovation generally evokes a range of emotions in people from all walks of life. It is that unrelenting drive to break the status quo and develop solutions to every challenge faced. With the mission to create an entrepreneurial culture among not only the faculty and society, but also within the students of our college, IDC GCBH has always provided a platform to support these budding innovators. Again, after another successful year of hard work and planning, we have gathered together for our fourth annual general body meeting. Firstly, I would like to welcome our principal, Dr. N. Vijay Kumar, who has always been a constant support to all our new ventures. Next, I would like to welcome our former nodal officer, Shijin Noksir, who had been there with us through all, pushing us forward and making us strive for our best. Welcome, sir, to this gathering. I am happy to welcome our current nodal officer, Anish sir, who has helped us within the past few days to think beyond our limits, explore more, and make mere thoughts into reality with his guidance. I also welcome you, sir, to this function. I also welcome all the faculty members who have joined with us this morning to the meeting. Finally, I would like to welcome the core of our IDC family, the team members, volunteers, and all of you guys gathered here to this function. Once again, I welcome all of you to this event. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anne. Next, for the principal's address, I welcome Vijay Kumar, sir.
My dear Professor Anish, Professor Shijin, Vaishnav, Narendran, and Arunima, Sulfa, other office bearers. I would like to express a few suggestions actually, rather than a principal's address. My suggestions, and it's up to you to analyze or discuss further. Institutional point of view, we are all set to bring a entrepreneurial culture in our institution. The main question is what percentage of students, especially there is no restrictions for the final year or pre-final year who get indulged in this activity. And first of all, what percentage of students should undergo such activity? That is a question, and it is not ideally 100%. It's ideally 5%. That we had already a discussion with Professor Anish, and that is hardly 5%. Why 5%? 95% is left without the opportunity to get indulgent. And why it is so, that is up to discussion. That you have to discuss in open. Is ideally 5% of students should indulge in such entrepreneurial activity. And what is the role of a mentor in this entrepreneurship? The mentor has definitely a pivotal role, because just a desire won't do. Every entrepreneurship, every team, startup stems from a idea. Actually, it stems from an idea. And if an idea which is born in the mind and in minds, it is further taking shape. Further, it is grown to a business. That is what is a TBA. And either idea is spontaneous or it is nourished continuously by a group of people. In both cases, whatsoever the thing, in all cases, it stems from an idea. an idea whether it is feasible for a successful TB business, etc., is to be really mentored. Otherwise, it is a trap. It's a trap. And if you suppose you consider a situation, almost 90% people want to become entrepreneurs. That is not true. That's not a feasible one. The entrepreneurship, it is really it becomes successful after a good mentor from a group of mentors, or by a stroke of luck also it happens. By stroke of luck also it happens. If the idea is says it is a spontaneous idea and it is simultaneously it's supported by your mentors, then it grows. For example, the Byju's, it is really a very successful entrepreneurship. That way. And anyway, we have to fix the percentage somewhat, and the mentor, yeah, actually better to have an idea hunt. Idea hunt. The KDISC used to the KDISC, the government initiative. They had a idea hunt recently. And similarly, we people can also have an idea hunt. And in idea hunt, we are requesting to submit ideas from young minds, and the mentor group will be able to evaluate and see you, to see you out, and so on. Anyway, that are also my suggestions, and I think everything will be taken care of by the new office bearers, and I wish success to all future endeavors. Okay. Thanks.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for all your suggestion. It means a lot to us. Next, I call upon our previous nodal officer, Shijin sir, to say a few words. Over to you, sir.
Am I audible? Hello?
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Okay. Good morning, respected Dr. N. Vijayama, sir, our beloved principal. Then current nodal officer, Dr. Anish K. Jones, sir, and my colleagues and my dear students and office bearers of IEDC Gecbh. IEDC, Innovation and Entrepreneurship Development Cell. We all know that this is actually for innovation. It is mainly dealing with innovation and entrepreneurship. This IEDC is an initiative of Kerala Startup Mission, KSM. In our college, it was established in 2017, and it is my privilege to say that I was the convener from 2017 to 2021. Then I have got a good team for managing all these things. And today and currently we are having Narendran and other BOG members. They are actually doing very well for making it live, our IEDC. You can say that this IEDC is actually a stepping stone to a startup. We all know that startup is actually now becoming a trend. Everyone is wishing to put their own company, and they are trying to give jobs. That is, we should be job providers than job seekers. That is our motto. So before that, already Vijayama sir has told us that it is very difficult to put in a company and managing all those things. That is, we don't know about the business models that we need to follow. How can we run a company? How can you provide jobs to other people? So all these things will be taken care of by this IEDC thing. The important point is, sir has already mentioned that we should have an innovative idea. That is all. That we should have an idea. So this IEDC is providing all the mentorships, all the guideships, and if you want any trainings, we'll be providing that in order to nurture that idea. That is the main functionality of all the IEDC. Now the question is, how can you showcase your idea? Sir has already mentioned some of the things that we can do, like KDISC. KDISC is one of the main things. Again, Kerala Startup Mission is also providing some competitions like Idea Day, like that. That is, we can showcase our ideas. So for that, first what we do is we'll be providing some idea pitching competitions in our college itself. Then the students will be students can take the part of into that. Then they can provide their own ideas. They can present their own ideas. Then we'll be judging them. Then the toppers can present their ideas in Kerala Startup Missions competition. Sir has already mentioned the idea hunt of KDIS. Again, KSM has got idea days and other idea pitching competitions that we can present innovative ideas before them. Then what may be the purpose of that? Which are the gains that we are getting? Will be funding for that. The idea should be the if that idea is a meaningful, that is if you want to make that idea meaningful to a particular society, we need to convert that idea into a product. Intermediate steps, that is, first we need to build prototype of that particular idea. Then if we need to convert that prototype into some working model, so in between we should require money and all. So all those fundings will be taken care by this KSM. All you need to do is you need to present your idea before them. If it is a clicking one, you will be provided with funding. Up to 5 lakhs rupees they will be providing for that, for converting your idea into a meaningful working product. So then after that, they will be helping for making that as your intellectual property and so. So that is the main point that we are implementing in our college. That is what may be that is the purpose of IEDC, Innovation and Entrepreneurship Development Cell. So you need to make use of that. That is, if you have any idea, you need to approach to this team and they will be providing a flow for presenting that. So last but not the least, I want to share some words about our principal, Dr. N. Vijayamar sir. He is very intellectual and he is very keen to do all these things. So that is, for making all these things happen, we need some work among of some faculties, and also Dr. Vijayamar sir, our principal, is very much supporting for that. So if you have any idea, you can approach him. Again, Dr. Iedc Gecbh sir, he's very technology aspirant person, so he can help you for that. So I am very glad that for giving my position to Dr. Iedc Gecbh sir, and now then some words about current BOG, Narendran and team. They are doing a very good task for making this IEDC in a lively fashion. So with these words, I am concluding my words. Thank you all. Have a good day.
Thank you so much, sir, not only for the words you have said right now, but also for being a pillar of support for all the activities of IEDC GCBH for the past 3 years. Thank you so much, sir. Now I call upon Arunima, CSO of IEDC GCBH, to present the annual report.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, visible.
Okay, so warm good morning to one and all. I hope that all are safe and sound. I'm here to present the annual report and also to brief you about the activities conducted by IEDC GCB on the year 2020-21. The Innovation and Entrepreneurship Development Cell of IEDC was entrenched on 12th November 2017 with the aim to introduce startup culture in the campus and to develop entrepreneurial skills among the students. They have been operating successfully and will continue to contribute to the society by supporting more startups. These are the Senior Board of Governors of 2020-21, led by Narendran M. And these are the Junior Board of Governors. Due to the pandemic situation, the events were restricted to be conducted online. Thus, the first ever annual general body meeting of IDC was held on 22nd June. The meeting was inaugurated by our principal in the presence of our nodal officers Shijin Nok sir and Anish John sir. The annual report was presented by Gauri Praveen, then CSO IDC. Later, Adit Harikumar, the CEO IDC, introduced the new VOG members and wished them all success for the upcoming endeavors. New journey with a focus on career development. And our first event was a webinar on resume building and LinkedIn profile building and was conducted on 11 July 2020 in association with Best Bat Corporation. The key points to build a strong resume and a professional LinkedIn account. To test the innovative and creative skills of fellow GCBNs, a product designing competition ECLO was conducted, where the designers had to create or transform a simple product to a new modified product. We were indeed happy to have received a good number of designs. IDC continued its success story series, The Startup Stories, which narrates the tales of the champions of the startup world. Another series, which was started this term, to give updates about the latest technological innovations in town. The Space Week with much enthusiasm and conducted a number of activities on its account. The first competition was Adestra 2.0, which is a sequel to our space quiz. The quiz was held on 12th October via Google Forms. The second competition was Syzygy, which was a group discussion conducted on 13th October. It was a perfect space where the participants got to discuss various intriguing space-related topics. Next, a patch designing competition was held on the theme Mars colonization. We received a handful of artful designs. The last competition was a story writing competition on the topic A Day in Mars. IDC GCB and IEEE GCB, in association with IEEE PIE Kerala section, conducted a webinar, Cranking a Startup, on 19th to address the insecurities and fear among youngsters towards the notion of starting a business. The event was well handled by Mr. Varghese Cherian, and it also helped to overcome this intimidating feeling. On 21st October, a session on building a static website with WordPress was held exclusively for GCBNs. The event was a great learning platform for all those who decide to create their own website but lacked a coding background. IDC GCB, in association with ICI GCB, conducted a webinar on career opportunities for MBA and MTech aspirants with special emphasis on civil engineering graduates. The session was handled by Mr. Ebi Avsepichan, a former GCBN. As part of the Global Entrepreneurship Week, a 5-day-long skill development competition was apprentice was held. The event started on 23rd November, and each day a number of competitions and challenges were presented to the participants to test their abilities and endurance. Acknowledging the fact that even music is a great career opportunity, Reverb, an audio mixing competition, was conducted on 20th December. All the entries that we received were unique, and the competition was fairly judged by an extremely talented musician and mixing engineer, Mr. Santosh Shashi. Young Innovator is an avenue exclusively for our freshers to showcase their creative and entrepreneurial skills. The program was held in a number of phases. First, a prelims round. Second was a group discussion round, and finally the interview round. All the participants showcased their best. In the end, Amrita Jiju bagged the title of Young Innovator 4.0. Dropline was another event which was exclusively for our freshers. It was an article writing competition which was conducted on 15 Jan. Marketing Funnel was an advertising competition conducted by IDC on 17th January. The event provided a perfect arena to showcase advertising skills and marketing skills of the individuals. IDC Summit is Asia's largest student entrepreneurship summit and the most prestigious event of Kerala Startup Mission, where aspiring entrepreneurs get a chance to experience and understand the technological advancements through a set of well-organized sessions. A good number of students from our college also attended the event. In this internet era, content creation is also recognized as a good career. So to provide students with more ideas on content creation, IDC conducted a webinar. It was handled by Aditya MD, a fellow GCBN and an upcoming YouTuber, handling the YouTube channel Aditya Garud Finds, which has over 100K subscribers. Pattern coding competition was held on 28th April. It was a perfect opportunity for the coding enthusiasts out there to showcase their coding skills. IDC organized a mock placement drive based on the theme Harry Potter. The event was flooded with Potterheads and had 3 rounds. At the end, the 3 winners got the ticket to board from 9 3x4. We conducted our last event on 18th May, which was the detailed session on web development for the beginners. So these were the events conducted by IDC. In spite of the challenges we had to face due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we tried our best to motivate the students to think creatively. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Arunima. Now let's hear from the current Nodal Officer of Iedc Gecbh, Anis sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Sneha. A very good morning to our Principal Vijay sir, to Nodal Officer Shijin Sinok sir, then to all the BOG members and other IDC members. So it is really a privilege to stand before you. We have basically 2 structures in our college for GCBH. One is IDC and the second one is TBI. So, as earlier in the speech by Principal Sir, we have around 2,000 or 2,500 students in our college. So, out of these students, we are focusing on the 1/5 or 5% or 10% of our students, and then that is the focal area of the IDC. So IDC is basically focusing on this 300 students or 250 students which are interested to have their life in the entrepreneurial area. Then we have the second layer, which is TBI. So those students who are interested in the entrepreneurial skill sets, who are also interested to move to start a startup facility, then they are taken care by the TBI facility. So these are the 2 facilities we have. One, the base level, we have the IDC structure, and the next level we have the TBA, which TBA is focusing basically on the startup system. So we must clearly understand what is the focus of this IDC. We need to develop an ecosystem for the entrepreneurial ecosystem for the college. So I really congratulate Shijin Nopsa for providing such a wonderful guidance to these students in that entrepreneurial skill set or entrepreneurial cultural development area. So without the support of this IDC, now the TBA is having around 13 or 14 startups. So this much students are motivated only because of the Shijin sir's motivation as well as the activities of the IDC. So this must be continued. We must develop more and more effort in that area to develop more specific startups. So that is our ultimate aim. We need to develop the entrepreneurial ecosystem in our college, which will be recognized by the society. So we need to focus in that area to develop more and more skill sets to our students. We are not focusing on the entire 3,000 students. We are only focusing on the handful of people who are really interested in this entrepreneurial area. So I congratulate the previous BOG who were Narendran spearheaded the team activities, and it was really wonderful to see how the team works. They were very passionate about the entrepreneurial activities. They really created new arenas for the activities of the students. So I congratulate Narendran and all the team members for their wonderful activity, and also providing best wishes to the new committee. So I wish a wonderful day ahead for the IDC GC Barter Hill. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your words. And we are so excited to have you on board. Now it's time for the new beginning. It's time to pass on the responsibilities. I welcome Narendran, CEO of IEDC GCBH, to introduce the new BOG.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you. So, respected Principal Vijay Kumar sir, our present Nodal Officer Anish John sir, our previous Nodal Officer Shizin sir, and all those who are present here, my fellow BOG members, the junior committee, as well as the volunteers. Very good morning to all of you. So before announcing the new Board of Governors, let me take this opportunity to thank all my seniors, as well as all my fellow BOG members, the main BOG members, without whose support IDC, as well as all this, the reputed position that I'm handling right now would have been a dream for me. So not with the support of all the seniors who have handled this cell in the previous years, I would have never been able to reach even in the base level of this organization. Because being in this position, I now really understand the difference that has happened, not just to me, but all the members who have handled various events in the field of organizing, as well as marketing and whatnot. Not just IDC, but because the leadership positions and organizing activities are not just a piece of cake for everyone, because it needs skill, it needs practice, which can be acquired in all the years. But therefore, I take this opportunity to request all of you, not just to sit idly at home, and make sure you participate in every kind of events taking place inside the college, because participating events as well as organizing events both brings a great deal of advantage to all of you. Okay, now as we all know, the past term was undoubtedly filled with a lot of challenges. Though we were unable to come together and discuss things as a team, this world of technology and the virtual setup has made things a lot more easier for us. And also, not for the efforts of the junior members as well as volunteers, nothing would have happened, because they were the backbone of all the activities that had happened this year. So yeah, not taking it too long, let me announce the new BOG. So just share the screen now. Is the screen visible?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so switch off the camera because. Okay. So first of all, let me welcome our new nodal officer, Dr. Anish K. John, who's also the coordinator of TBI GCBH. Sir has been immensely supportive to all of us right from the day he had joined as the nodal officer of IDC in all our activities, supporting us with his point of views in various things also. Okay, now introducing the new main board of governors who will be leading the entire cell this year. I'm indeedly happy to announce all the new BOG members, because all of them have been extremely active and enthusiastic in the past year as the junior members. So they've done a great job, and I'm sure this year the IDC under the leadership of this board will definitely do a good job. So happy and proud to announce the new Chief Executive Officer of IDC, Vaishnav Shenoy of S6 Electronics and Communication Department. So he will be leading the cell this year. Now handling the finances, and we have our Chief Financial Officer as Anirudh Nair of S6 Electronics and Communication Department. The technical area will be handled by our Chief Technical Officer Gautam Prakash of S6 IT, and the operations, the Chief will be handled by our Chief Operating Officer Anne Reggie of S6 Tripoli. And marketing is something which requires a great deal of work in this time of pandemic, because everything needs to be publicized as well as marketed well in order to attain success. So this requires a great deal of job, and I'm happy to have Zulfa to lead the marketing team as the Chief Marketing Officer. Zulfa is also from S6EC. And for the creative side, we have the Chief Creative Officer, who will be Lakshmi Nair of S6 IT. Chief Community Officer, which is something new which we are introducing now, something which will lead to the development of newer communities inside the college, so that we could bring together people of similar interests, be technical or non-technical, so that they could form, they could come together and they could develop their skills mutually. So the community cell will be headed by Ahmed Shabir of S6 Mechanical, who will be the Chief Community Officer. Okay, so that's it for the main BOG. And announcing the junior board, because the junior board is something which is important from the point of our activities, because the junior members are those who will be handling the entire events, the working of the events as well as the conducting of events. So it requires great work. So heading the junior board, we have our Chief Executive Officer as Abhishek Narayanan RS from S4 Mechanical. And the financial aspects will be handled by Ardras of S4 EC. The technical officer, junior tech, will be Harish Lal of S4 Tripoli. Chief Operating Officer will be Sneha James from S4 Civil. Chief Marketing Officer of the junior board will be Malavika Deepu of S4 Tripoli. The creative sides will be handled by Reshma MS of S4 CE. And the community officer, Ahmed, will be supported by Adil Shihab of S4 Mechanical. Okay, so every events needs to be publicized in the form of attractive posters as well as promotional videos. And for that, we have the design team headed by Jagannathe of S4 Tripoli and Gayatri SV of S4 Electronics and Communication Department. And we will be having two more webmasters this year, who will be Gaurish G. Pillai of S2 IT and Rohit V of S2 IT. Now, apart from the BOG members and webmasters and the design team, we'll be having two more teams this year. One will be a community development team, because we thought development of community is something which is of great relevance inside our college. So for that, we have a community development team comprising of A. Arjun from S2 Mechanical, Malavika MM of S2 Electronics and Communication, IV Shamju of S2 Civil Engineering, Anuja Ekumar from S2 IT, and Adit Krishna Jain of S2 Civil. And the marketing team, which also requires a great deal of work, will have Akash AM from S2 IT, Ashwin Ramar of S2 Mechanical, Varsha Vinod of S2 Tripoli, Anushri Anil Kumar of S2 Civil, and Anjana Lal of S2 Electronics and Communication. So this is our team, our new team, and wish the newly elected members under the leadership of Vaishnav all the very best in all their endeavors this year. And I'm sure that they work hard for the further upliftment of the cell. So thank you. Thank you all.
Yeah, thank you so much, Narendran, not only for this, but also for being a perfect leader of IDC for the past year. Thank you so much. And now it's time to hear from the new CEO of Iedc Gecbh. I invite Vaishnav to say a few words.
Hello. Respected Principal Vijay Kumar sir, our former Nodal Officer Shijin sir, the present Nodal Officer Anish sir, other members of the faculty, and my dear friends. Good morning to you all. I still remember in my first year when I used to participate in every other event which I had the slightest idea about. The good thing was I learned something or the other from these events. Then I was fortunate enough to volunteer for several tech societies in our college for the last couple of years. And now that I'm here, I couldn't be more proud. I've had the privilege to spend time with some of the best personalities in college, which includes our previous CEOs Arvind Balakrishnan, Adit Harikumar, and certainly Narendra. I've seen firsthand how they all worked, which I'm sure would be beneficial. Last year has been tough for people all over the world. It has certainly affected our daily life, and we had to shift to this new way of working, which was through Google Meet, Zoom, etc. The transition wasn't easy for anyone, and the way the present Board of Governors handled it has inspired us a lot. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the members of the main BOG who worked tirelessly for the betterment of Iedc Gecbh. Also, I would like to congratulate each and every new member to the Board of Governors for the year 2021. I'm confident that we have a team that would be fully committed to developing an innovative ecosystem, building an entrepreneurship culture, and creating a tech-savvy environment. I truly believe in this team, and let's just do what is expected from us. Last term, towards the end, we decided to shift to a different kind of working. Iedc Gecbh has decided to create different communities, one where students can learn and hold discussions among themselves. We'll be having a dedicated team for each community with mentors who have sufficient knowledge in the respective fields with the sole aim of training students. We have already started a web development community which has seen active participation of over 50 students. It's good to see the passion from both the sides, and I sincerely hope that it sustains over time. With community development as top priority this year, we have introduced a new post into our Board of Governors, the Chief Community Officer. Ahmed from Essex Mechanical will be the Chief Community Officer, and he'll be having a junior CCO along with a community development team comprising 5 members. Everyone present here would know the importance of skill development, so I request each and every one of you to make use of the opportunities provided. This will not just help you develop your skill set, but also motivate us to come up with something even better. I hope everyone will do their bit and thereby take Iedc Gecbh to greater heights. With that, I would like to conclude. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Vaishnav, and I'm wishing you all the best. Now, I invite Sulpa Riaz to propose the vote of thanks.
Okay, togetherness is a fuel that fires the spirit of performance. And as the former BOG has now officially stepped down and the new office bearers have taken charge, we have finally arrived at the end of our annual general body meeting. A very big thanks to our principal, Gecbh sir, who spared his valuable time to enlighten us with such informative knowledge. Next, I thank Anish sir, our nodal officer, some amazing ideas on how to build our Iedc network and will be guiding us for our next tenure. Also, I thank Shijinok sir, who had been a constant support for all our new ventures and helped us keep our spirits high. Our former CEO, Narendra Murali, who led us throughout this year and had set a benchmark for us to reach more heights. Thank you, Narendra. Finally, a very big thanks to our BOG members who are passing on the light to us to lead the cell for the next year, and the current BOG members, and finally, those who had been a part of our meeting without which it wouldn't have been possible. So thank you all.
Thank you so much, Sulpa. And here comes the end of the annual general body meeting of Iedc Gecbh. I'm thanking all of you for being here, and I hope that your support will be there for our future endeavors as well. Thank you very much. Now all of you can leave the meet.